Hello and welcome to India Ideas, our weekly show on science and tech, innovation and entrepreneurship. I'm Gautam Roy, and we have Vicky Jain with us, founder uKnowva, which is a 360-degree HRMS platform that automates everyday HR tasks from hire to retire. Now, welcome to you all. Now, Vicky, AI again has tremendous applications where HRMS software is concerned. Could you tell us how it's being used in your business at the moment?
Sure. So I would, categorize application of AI majorly into three broad, buckets. One would be cognitive automation. Second is cognitive insights. Then cognitive conversations. Now, what exactly is cognitive automation? It is basically automating something which earlier was done by a human being, like for example screening a CV, a resume. That's
Yes.
one. Exporting something, importing it back to something, some other software. These kind of automations. A lot of RPAs are developed around this thing. So in HRMS space, this kind of work is being kind of automated till a lot extent. Then we have cognitive insights, which basically talks about your ability to create analytics out of a lot of data chunk within seconds, and give you insights which probably it was probably impossible for a human to infer, or it was very time consuming. So that's about insights. And cognitive conversations, that's what in today's world I would say chat GPT. It's basically a cognitive conversation. A machine is actually doing it for you. So similarly, you have these days a lot of, like in our system itself, we have bots which you could deploy on WhatsApp or any other messaging tool, and maybe apply a leave from there, or search for a policy from there, and so on. So in the HRMS space, I would broadly categorize it into these areas where AI is being applied, and obviously results are also coming the human way.
Okay. Now, Vicky, how critical is the national data governance policy going to be for a service like yours?
So if I were to answer for a service like ours, it won't impact much, because in our case the data actually is given by the HR folks or the company themselves and so on. But overall, as an industry or as a tech industry, I would say it would definitely impact a lot. I can relate this entire national data governance policy very similar to why was GDPR introduced in European Union, and what was the impact over there. It is going to create a very similar impact in India as well. Currently also we do not have a standard governance policy with respect to data, and we kind of adopt something which is already done by, say, a GDPR or other policies which are already there. Now, with respect to the national, data governance policy, I would say it will definitely impact the services which are, where you see a lot of self sign-ups. Maybe something would probably Abhijit might be doing for his startup, onboard people. People can, create an account for free, and so on. So there will be a lot of governance across these kind of services where you have self sign-ups, where you have data which is being given by the user, and so on. Of course, we'll have to wait for the policy to come to assess the actual impact.
Because it will have a regulatory angle to it as well. Some of these aspects will be there in that framework itself, and then perhaps an overall overarching one that is also being developed at the G20 level is being talked about there too. That might come into being as well, or it will be worked upon.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Vicky, when it comes to human resources, AI seems to be a double-edged sword. It may gobble up traditional jobs and create new ones involving upgraded skill sets with better pay as well. So how critical is managing or regulating AI with that factor in mind? Some say that emerging tech has the potential to make the entire HR vertical in companies obsolete.
See, honestly, no, this is my personal opinion also, and I've seen it happening. AI or any kind of technology finally does automation, and automation augments human effort, doesn't replace it. Again, I would like to repeat, we are here, or any kind of technology is here to augment things and not replace. Now, let me, of course, a lot of jobs might not be needed, which were very, transactional in nature. So, for example, maybe tracking an attendance, or timekeeper's job, or doing a payroll, etc. These all might not be needed, but the same amount of man hours actually can be used for doing much better things, which actually humans humans should elevate, or AI will elevate humans to do. For example, maybe doing a better performance strategy, or an HR strategy, or maybe motivating people. Like for example, you can ask a machine to do a lot of transactions, lot of processing, but you cannot ask a machine to motivate a person. That a human only would do. But of course, tech will enable you, or kind of augment you to do a better motivation or a better performance for a particular individual. So my take on this would be that it definitely will replace a lot of jobs which are mundane, but it will definitely help overall HR fraternity. Maybe you might, AI can actually get so much of efficiency that we might even see a 4-day week in India, or maybe we can use the human effort to maybe reach to the moon faster. So that is how I would say technology would help. Again, it would augment, it won't replace.
Yes, that would be something. And Vicky, in HRMS, where would you like AI and other such emerging technologies to really take that particular function of HRMS, or human resource management, really? Because I'm sure companies would love to have something in your software which will help them catch out people who put out stuff which is not exactly true in their resumes.
So I would say, AI would probably, or rather should probably try and help do things which, till date digitization is also not done. Take for an example, maybe measuring happiness of your team or yourself, your entire year. Of course, digitization can probably help figure out if you just put a moodometer and say, okay, how are you feeling today? But intelligence, how actually whether it is true or not.
A retinal scan with an AI tool could help there, I guess.
Yeah. So these are certain things which digitization is also probably not done yet, but AI could. So this is just an example. Happiness. There are a lot more. If you dig deeper, you'll find hundreds of such stuff in HR tech itself. Forget the entire tech.
Economy and its general progress and development forward as well. So let's hope that we do much more exciting stuff than we have been doing in this space, with the help of the government and the entire sector, the entire ecosystem. Thanks a lot for joining us and talking about it with us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thanks.